Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of It Remains to Be Seen, where we talk about true crime topics, missing persons, um, and mysteries, and just all different aspects um, of that sort. And tonight, we have a special guest on our show. We have Mr. Dave Neese. And do you prefer to be called Dave, or do you have a preference?
Dave's fine, yeah.
Okay. And definitely glad to have Dave out here with us. We we've talked about um, the case involving his daughter Skylar in previous episodes out here, and um, Lori had actually reached out to Dave, and um, he has offered to come out and spend a little bit of time with us this evening. And so we're just going to talk a bit in an informal way, and we will, you know, be sure to read questions from the chat. Um, we had to kind of jump through some audio hoops here because our original method using Skype was not going to work. So our audio is being patched in through a Facebook Messenger call while the video is coming through Skype. Um, Dave is going to be audio only. And so, um, again, Dave, thank you for coming out here with us and for talking with us. And it was great to get to know you. Over the over a messenger call earlier today. And again, we appreciate you being out here. Um, as we were talking, though, there was one thing that we got on the subject of trolls and just people being rude and you had mentioned that you had some experiences with that and you know and sorry I'm all scatterbrained tonight. But you know first and foremost, just like over the phone, you know both Lori and myself, and I'm sure everybody out here in the chat, just want you to know that you and Mary are in our prayers. Um, and
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate you taking the time to come out here. And on the subject of the trolls and things, what have you experienced out there? It
How
just
many
it.
thousand do you want?
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
it it seems like people want to hear the worst before they want to hear good things, and it seems like it's the same thing when something horrible happens. You have both. You have the worst people come out, and then you have some very good people come out, and the worst people try to take advantage of the situation and don't they're not there for the right reason. And it's really unfortunate, really sad. Of course, we'd never been through anything like this, and we had no idea of what to expect from, you know, the local community was fantastic. Most people were, all rallied around us and, tried to help us get Skylar back home. And um, there was one girl in particular, I'm not going to say her name, but she went to because we weren't working at the time. We couldn't. I mean, our daughter was missing, had been missing for 6 months, and we were a mess. I mean, every which way, financially, mentally, emotionally, everything. And this girl came up and offered to go, collect money for us. Well, we had a lot of people asking, can I do anything? Is there anything I can do? And we said, yeah, sure, go ahead. Like I said, we never experienced anything like this. So the girl went to every single business in Morgantown and the surrounding areas and collected quite a bit of money. I'm talking thousands of dollars.
Wow.
She had raffles, she had spaghetti dinners, she had all these different things. and she kept every dime of the money. We
Oh
never
my
saw
gosh.
a nickel of it.
Oh no.
And come to find out, she'd done it to the American Red Cross, the American Heart Association, American Lung Association, and I called the police on the matter, but since it was cash, you can do nothing about it. And
Oh
she
no.
knew exactly what she was doing. She she was she's a troll. That's the kind of
Yeah,
troll I'm talking about.
That
They're in there
sucks.
for them, not to help. And that's what she was there. She was there to help herself and maybe her family. I'm not sure, but
Sucks.
it definitely wasn't as it had nothing to do with us. She wanted to help herself,
Mm.
and used Skylar's name to do that. And it's really unfortunate you have people like that.
it really
I
is.
sorry about that.
No, no,
I've
you're
had
fine.
people that had one woman in particular that took on the name of one of the killers and was sending me messages with that name on it. And the same person, because I had the IP address tracked because she did threaten to kill us and all this other
Oh my
stuff.
gosh.
Come to find out, it was the same woman that was sending me all these "we love you" and "we support you" messages. Same person doing
What?
it that set up another name, and there is something very mentally wrong with somebody like that.
Oh wow.
Yes.
And we called the police, and the police said, "Dave, she has threatened everyone from the Pope to the president, and we sent the police. We went to her house, we talked to her about it, and unfortunately, anybody can get the internet, and it's not against the law to have the internet. It should be. You're after you do something like that, you should not be allowed on the internet again. But
I agree.
unfortunately, they do. There's a lot of people out there that are just cowards and hide behind keyboards.
That is so true. That is so very true.
That is so unfortunate.
It is, but like I said, I like to think there's as many good people as there are rotten people. So, fully.
Hmm.
That's a good perspective to have because there definitely are a lot of rotten people in this world. But you know, it's like I tell my boys. It's like we just have to choose not to be like them, and it
Right,
just comes
and
down
that's
to
a
that.
very yes, and it's the thing we try to educate parents and children alike on is look for the good in people, and parents out there, if there's any parents listening, which I'm sure there are, you're both parents. Um, please, if you're dig deeper. Don't take your child's word for it. And I hate to say that, I really do. But children are secretive. Children are, they hide stuff, and we want to give them their freedom. Okay, we really do. But make sure the one thing you got to make sure of know who their friends are. Okay, I thought I knew who their friends were too. I thought I knew this girl inside and out, and obviously I didn't. And Mary and I didn't like the Eddie girl ever, but it was
Well, I was
Skylar's.
gonna say, how do you see the red flags? Like, because your daughter and one of those girls were friends for what 8 years, like prior to this happening, wasn't it?
I
Well,
think.
yeah,
Oh, go ahead. I'm
your
sorry.
red flags can be your red flags are when your children start to change. You know your child, okay?
Hmm.
When your child starts to change and hide things, and they're not the same person that you raised, okay? You know that. Dig deeper, find out why, find out what's going on. And in Skylar's case, there's a lot going on that we never even knew about. She was being bullied from both girls,
Wow.
and they would call her up and make her cry, and they thought that was funny. Um, it's a form of bullying, and they're the parents. you're going to know when your child's acting different, upset or whatever, or when they start doing things they've never done before. For goodness sakes, find out why. Don't say, okay, they're having a bad day or a bad week or they're having a bad time in school. Find out what's going on, who they're hanging with, who their friends are. And I don't mean that little Johnny down the street is my son's friend. Find out who little Johnny is, who little Johnny's dad is, who little Johnny's mom is, who their siblings are. It's in this world we live in. It's not good enough. I'm 58 years old. When I grew up, absolutely, it was fine to do that. You heard of this thing happening, but not near as much. Now it seems like it happens weekly, if not daily, and it's not good enough to give our children the freedom that we used to. And I hate to say that, but you know your child. When your child starts to change before your eyes, find out why. Dig deep, do your homework, look on the internet. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. Be a snoop,
Hmm.
and it could save your
Agreed.
kid's life.
Agreed. Really quickly, out here in the chat, we have Nikki, and in reference to what happened with the woman who collected all of that money and kept it. She said that's horrible to use a family pain to gain profit off. Another one of our subscribers out here, his name is Jameson, who's a retired criminal defense attorney. He said, "Please let this man know that I am very sorry for all he's been through." Um, yeah, it's
Thank you.
Greg. Greg says hi. Sorry for your loss, sir. Um, yeah, there's some really good people out here in the chat that we have. We try to keep it,
It
you
sounds
know.
like it, yeah. And
Yeah.
thank all of you.
Well, we thank you for coming out here. So um, we were talking about, and I know that you had talked about it a bit just a moment ago. But when we were talking on the messenger call earlier today, you were talking about different red flags to look for. Is there any other are there any other additions to that that that
Uh,
you'd like to
the
add as far
biggest
as
one, the biggest one is like I've been telling you. You know who your child is. You know you raise that kid. You know who they are. They're going to change when things like this, when bullying starts happening or whatever they're going through, smoking pot, doing drugs. Your child's going to change. Notice the change. Pay attention. Do not ever think, oh, it's a phase they're going through. It's gonna, it'll go away. That's not always the case. Yes, there are phases, and yes, children do go in and out of them. But you know your kid, and I knew my kid too, but I had no. I let her have her freedom. She earned it. She's 4.0 student. Always made the honor roll. Never cracked the book. Very, very intelligent. And so were her two killers. They were obviously very intelligent too, but they weren't intelligent enough, obviously. And
right?
a lot of red flags aren't anything I can tell you because, like I said, it's your child. You know your kid, and you're going to know when they're acting different. Don't let it go.
Agreed. Agreed. You know, with the way that things are nowadays, and there's so much connectivity. My boys will play some online games with other kids, and typically I would have them play without a headset on, and it's amazing what you hear these kids out there in this community say. I mean, I've heard kids
Oh
telling
my
my
goodness, yes.
mm-hmm.
Very true.
It's terrible. I mean, I've heard kids telling my kids, "You're adopted. You know, your dad's not your dad," or
Oh my
you
gosh.
know, just all of these terrible things, and and they didn't know that they were being listened to by an adult, and
Of course
until
not.
until I entered the chat and I said something about it. But Um, it's
Them
sad.
things change a lot, don't they?
Oh, don't they? Don't they ever? Um, and it's harder with such a connected society nowadays, because it does make things easier to hide, so to speak, if a parent isn't on top of it. Um,
Right. I remember Skylar talking to the Eddie girl on the phone, and some of the language that girl she used words I've never even heard of.
hmm,
And I remember her mom saying, Skylar, Annette, language. And Skylar would say, well, she's so stupid, she doesn't listen. And right there is a prime example. If you knew she was stupid, you knew she was doing something stupid, why did you keep going around her? You know? And that's another thing, kids out there. This is not a joke. Skylar always said, Dad, stuff like that never happens around here. Well, guess what? It did.
Well, I
It
think
can't.
too. Oh, sorry. I think too that when kids are like in, she was what, 16. Like they're in a very thing where they have to fit into places. They're trying to find
Oh,
their spot
absolutely, yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything else. So they're not gonna just let it go if somebody's like bullying them a little bit or anything like that. They'll still keep going back for because they're friends, right? Like they want to fit, they want to belong someplace.
Oh,
hmm.
oh.
And I think it makes it very difficult to for
Um,
kids to navigate that whole situation, and parents
You,
to
the one good,
look for signs.
there's many, I've met many good people since this has happened, and a lot of good things have happened. Of course, none of it ever is worth losing my daughter, but one good thing is Skylar's Law. And Skylar's Law is in West Virginia only right now, and I'm trying to get to go federal. But it helps get an Amber Alert started. An Amber Alert is only for abductions, okay?
hmm.
And now what we're proposing is they have the Silver Alert for missing seniors. They have the Amber Alert for abductions. We want to have a Skylar Alert, which is for everybody in between. I
Mm-hmm.
think something like that is needed so bad, and Senator Manchin right now is working on that very thing.
Good.
So, all you people out there in all the different states, think about that because we do have an Amber Alert and we do have a Silver Alert. We need the Skylar Alert.
She wasn't put out on an Amber Alert right away, was she?
No, they wouldn't because she was seen getting in the car without force.
Right.
So,
Yeah, she was willingly. She left willingly. Yeah.
right.
Out
And
here. Oh, sorry.
those,
Go ahead.
and remember, parents, kids, God, I hate to say this because I sound like I'm so negative, but kids lie, okay?
Hmm.
My kid lied. The Eddie girl lied. The soap girl lied. Those two lied to save their butts, so to speak.
Right.
Skylar lied to save them, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is she was brought home one time for sneaking out, okay? The cops brought her home. They said, hey, she wasn't doing anything wrong, but she was out after curfew. And Skylar starts crying because I say, hey, we got to let mom know about this. So we went upstairs and Skylar's crying. And I said, why are you crying? She wasn't worried about the trouble she was going to get into. She was worried about what was going to happen to Rachel. That's
Mm.
what
Oh
kind of
wow.
kid. Yeah, she didn't care about her. She cared about her friends. And you're going to find there's a lot of kids out there like that.
Well, that's like my son when he was in grade 2. He was getting bullied like a lot, and it was to the point where this kid was like physical with him, and it just wasn't getting dealt with at the school or anything like that. But towards the end of me pulling him out of the school, it was weird because this kid would bully him all the time, but yet when there was an assembly or if they were in PE or anything like that, my son was always gravitating toward this kid that bullied him and tried to befriend him and tried to like, play games with him and all this other kind of stuff, like to try to be nice to him. And the principal couldn't understand, like, this kid bullies him and treats him like crap, like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you going back for more and stuff like that? Because at one point they were friends, right? And I guess my son just kind of wanted to keep that friendship, like, okay, well, you're doing your thing, but still, let's be friends. We're still buddies.
Exactly. And the bullies do that. Everybody out there knows what a bully is, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
And bullies do that so they'll feel better about themselves. That
Hmm.
again, something they're not getting at home, okay? And or something they're not being taught at home. Bullies are horrible people, and I
Agreed.
know I went to school. I was a bully, to some degree. I wasn't horrible, but I think we've all done it. But Skylar, except for Skylar, I've never heard anyone say she was a bully or she was mean or she she actually was the other way. She was a very very laid back kid who taught me more life lessons than I've ever taught her.
She sounded like a sweet girl.
Hmm.
Let me give you a life lesson she told me once. I was sitting in traffic with her, and we live in the University City, West Virginia University, out near. Anyway, we were watching these people, students cross in front of us, and one guy crossed in front of us. I said, "Oh my goodness, Skyler, look at that guy! God, he's ugly." My daughter looked at me and she said, "How many beauty contests have you won lately, Father?"
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I felt about 2 inches tall, and it taught me a lesson, though. It sure did.
Hmm.
And I'm no better than anyone else, and I ought to keep my mouth shut if I can't say something nice. And she was exactly right.
Um,
So you can listen to your kids and learn a lot from them.
out here in the chat, we have hoping I'm pronouncing his name right, Kevin Purney, who's another individual who comes out here regularly with us. He says, "My deepest condolences," and I agree with being very watchful and protective. It's a dangerous world out there. Clearly now. Greg says, "I've heard worse young kids say f this, f that." Yeah, I've heard a lot of that too, saying things like, I'm going to kill you" on Xbox with these killing games. I've heard some crazy things. Kevin asked a question, and like we had talked about earlier, if it's a subject that you'd rather not address, you feel free to just pass on that. He was asking if either of the two girls ever reached out to you to show remorse or forgive or to seek forgiveness.
Absolutely, positively not.
That's a
Both of
shame.
them are Satan spawns. Both of them are exactly where they need to be, and I hope neither one of them get out. And I hope they both can rot in hell. How's that?
Yep, I think that's a good
And
answer
I
there.
don't talk, I don't answer questions about them because I don't care about them. And
Right,
like I told you today, it took me a long time to get over that hate,
exactly.
and I don't want to ever revisit that. So those two
Yep.
girls, as far as I'm concerned, are where they belong. And when they come up for probation, I'll deal with it then.
Um, Greg was asking, is there any way we can help get this law passed? What's the status on Skylar's law?
That's hopefully that's something Senator Manchin can, Democrat from West Virginia, can work on and get going. Yeah, you can reach out to your local Senate, local legislation, and ask them, hey, we know there's something out there in West Virginia. There's a law called Skylar's Law. We need the Skylar alert here. We need this law because if you call the police and you say my child's missing, they're going to say, oh, they ran away. We heard that a multitude of times. Um, no, we knew our kid didn't run away. And like I said before, you know your kid. We knew our kid didn't run away. He had no
Hmm.
reason to run away. So yes, you need to reach out to your local legislature or people in charge of that the laws in your state and make sure Skylar Alert gets passed.
Um, Kevin is asking, do you know if Skylar's Law has a bill number? If so, we could ask um, our legislators to co-sponsor it.
That's a very, very good question. I'm sorry, Kevin. No, I don't know the bill number. I know it does have one, and oh gosh, I should have had that.
Let me see if I can
Um,
search it really quick. Maybe I can find something here. If not, if you wouldn't mind, when you have time, um, you could send that to Lori, and we could put it out
oh,
here in the chat
absolutely,
on the
yeah.
subsequent
More
show.
speakers, yeah.
Let's see. I'm just taking a look through here because I'm not seeing anything as far as federal. But yes, if you when you get a chance, if you could send Lori that bill number, we'll make sure to put it out here. And oh wait, I wonder if this is it right here. HB 2453. Um,
According to Mansion, it's being voted or being discussed or something, whatever you're looking.
yeah, I have a link here for I'm going to put it in the chat for wvlegislature.gov. And it let's see here. Let me take a look at, and this is an official government website. Um, and let me take a look. Where was the okay? An act to amend and reenact statute 15-3A-4 of the Code of West Virginia 1931 as amended. Um, I'll put there's a whole description here, so I'll put this link out in the chat for you all. I don't know if this is the number, but we can verify that at a later date. I'm going to put that into the description as well. But that at least that's something that could be brought up to your local legislature, your congressperson, and it should have the yeah. Let me find the number here again. It was on the Google search. It was. Where did it go? Gotta hate. Oh, here it is. It says it's HB 2453, and this is the text of that bill. And I don't know if this is the federal, but it says a plan to help. Um, let's see. Okay, yeah. So this pretty much it looks like some sort of a resolution. It says this legislation shall be known as Skylar's Law, whereas the Amber Alert is a plan to help recover abducted children has been in effect, and it continues to go on. This may be pretty close, but yeah, like I said, I'll put this in the description of the video here on YouTube as well. But when when you have time, just feel free to shoot over the bill number to Lori, and um, we'll definitely. Well, she's in Canada, but I will definitely reach out to my legislature here in
Okay,
California, and we also have a group on Facebook that where we discuss missing persons and um, unfortunate murder cases and things like that, and I'll be sure to put that in there as well to try to get that exposed to as many people as possible.
fantastic. Thank you.
Anytime, anytime. Um, let's see here. So I'm just going to add that in the description. So for anybody who's catching this video as a replay, you can find in the description a link to HB 2453, and I'm going to put Skylar's. Okay, so that is updated now, and we'll do what we can to try to get that out there and have people push for that, because I think that's really important, especially considering it's the horrible thing about it is that you and Mary had to go through what you went through in order for this to be enacted.
Yeah, the thing that we both want parents to know and everybody listening is we never ever want anyone to go through the living hell we've been through. Okay, that's why we're doing this. That's why we do the talks. That's why we're so vocal about making sure you know who your children's friends are. Is because what could happen, and I would not wish what we've been through on my worst enemy, and I wouldn't wish it on any living human being because it is a horrible, horrible. When your child's missing, it is the most helpless feeling in the world. Anybody that's ever had a child missing, you know what I'm talking about. There's nowhere to turn. There's nowhere to. You can do everything, and nothing's good enough.
Hmm.
Agreed. So Nikki is in Florida, and she says, "I'll push for it here because the laws need to help and protect our kids." Terry says, I like it remains to be seen. So the title of our show, Dave, is It Remains to Be Seen. I actually came up with a good title for a change. but but she said as things are not always as they appear, which is definitely the truth. Um, and but we're definitely going to push and get that out there. We run a page by the same name on Facebook as well. I mean, we're a small community, but we're gonna push to get that out there and see if we can get others to to contact their congressmen and congresswomen. And you know, I mean, I'm right there with you. It's absolutely crucial.
It is, and you'll see Skylar's Law. I'm not sure the number on this. It was nine kids that saved so far, but the Amber Alert itself has far exceeded what they ever thought it would. And Skylar's Law in the state of West Virginia has already saved 9 kids in 10 years.
Wow.
Wow.
So that's the figures I got from law enforcement.
And just
So
imagine what that could do at a federal level.
absolutely, yeah. And everybody out there listening, thank you so much for doing that. It's not only great for kids, it's great for parents. If you're a parent of a child, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's I'm trying to think because I mean I think that we've covered some good ground here as far as questions go. I know over there on the East Coast it's almost 20 till midnight.
Yeah, it
What
is.
East Coast time? I'm
You know
just
what? I'd be happy to come on again and answer any more questions that the audience has. And if you guys can think of some good questions, you guys, if you'd be nice enough to have me back, I'd be happy to. And we can cover some more ground next time. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah
awesome.
we really appreciate that. And we would definitely love to have you on again. It's
And
you
Mary
know
too, if she wants to be on.
yeah, exactly. And this is a good little community out here, and there's some good people out here in the chat.
Fantastic
and
people. Yeah.
and you're more than welcome to stay too. I mean, I just checked the time because I know you said you would probably only be able to stay on for 30 minutes as you have to have to work in the morning.
Yeah,
So
my
I don't. I,
boss might get mad if I fall asleep at work tomorrow, so I better get going.
yeah, I just didn't want you to feel like you're being rushed off or anything because you're welcome to stay here as long
No,
as you'd like.
you
But
guys sound like a fantastic bunch of people, and thank you so much for having me. I will come on again very soon, and we'll go through the entire investigation step by step, and I'll show you the red flags as they popped up.
Awesome.
that would be awesome. We would really appreciate that, and just thank you so much for your time today. And um, feel free to reach out to myself and Lori. I mean, neither of us have much as far as resources go, but if there's anything that we could ever do to help, we would be glad to. But reaching out to Congress, I can do that. Others here in the chat will as well. I was going to just address the chat comments really quick. Nikki says our police need to talk. Um, need to um, take these calls different and not say your child ran away. Kevin says anything we can do to help. Um, that's an excellent law to um, be sure is in place. And then Kevin also says, I will certainly keep you and your wife in my prayers. And Greg says, thanks for coming on. And we really do appreciate you coming out here. It's been really great getting to know you through the day earlier on, and we look forward to having you out here again.
Fantastic. It was truly my pleasure. And thank you, everybody else out there. And thank you for all your positive comments and all the prayers. And God bless. And I will talk to you guys soon.
You're very welcome, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Okay. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
You too, Dave.
No, bye bye.
Bye. And let's see here. Are you still out there, hon? Oh,
Yep.
okay, okay. Um, I think what I'll do is I'm going to close out of the call and then just come back on Skype audio and patch it over there.
Okay.
Okay, I love you. I'll talk to you over there in a few seconds.
Love you too.
Okay, there we go. So Skype audio is back on over here, and yeah, it. Lori and I had the opportunity um, to talk with Dave earlier today for I don't know, what was it, about 15, 20 minutes or so, and
Yeah.
just seems like a really kind, caring person. I can totally understand his stance, um, when it comes to the girls, because what happened was nothing short of atrocious. Um,
One thing I do want to say though is that sorry, excuse me for a second. One reason why I wanted him to come on was to there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate toward the Laundries. There's a lot of hate um, just in general around the whole thing, because that's the current case right now, which is the Petito Laundrie case. Everybody's all about that. Don't forget, like 9 years ago, 10 years ago, you know, Dave Neese and his wife were in that same position as the Petito and the Schmidts are now. They are in the exact same position. That people are human at the end of the day. They're human. They have feelings. And this is a living hell for people like the Petito Schmidt family that they're going through absolute hell right now, losing somebody. And you don't just get over it. It's been almost 10 years for Dave and them. They're not over it by any sense of the imagination. You can hear his emotion in his voice when he talks about his daughter. And one thing I think is kind of neat is I never really heard him refer to her in the past tense.
yeah,
It's like he keeps her with him in the present tense. You know what I mean? Like that he always has her with him. It doesn't matter, that's still his baby girl. And I think people need to realize that these situations are handed to people. And I've seen hate toward the Petito Schmidt family too, like lots of hate. And there's no need for it. There's really no need for the hate toward the Laundries either. You can hate on Brian, do what you got to do there. But we don't know what Roberta and Chris know. We just
right,
don't know, if
right,
anything. But there's so much
yeah.
hate.
On both sides. I mean, those protesters out there, and what they did with the yelling and things. It's totally uncalled for. It's not going to solve anything. Um, and the sad thing is with Dave, and he had mentioned his thoughts on the girls. Neither of them had tried to reach out. Um, with any sign of remorse. In the articles that we've read, Sheila would come and and act like she was crying. Who knows what she was feeling? Um,
Oh, I think it was Rachel that. I think it was Rachel. Was it Rachel? I'd have to go back and look. One of them, anyways. They did, say they were sorry to Dave and Mary and broke down crying and all that other kind of stuff. When they were sentenced, they were able to say something to the family, I guess. And they did. There's video on it on YouTube if you want to check it out. I think you just type in basically Sheila Eddy or Rachel
yeah,
show.
it's just it's hard to say because like in that courtroom where they were, you know, were they just doing it because they were on camera? I don't even know. I don't even know what to think there.
It's hard to say, right? Because that was such a messed up situation where not only did they kill her, they also played the parents like
Yeah, I
they were
mean they were,
tools.
like Sheila was out there helping to put up missing persons flyers for Skylar and everything. Um, and um,
Crying with the parents and trying to give them support and everything else to find out that it was just a big farce and they were the ones that took Skylar in the first place. Like, I can't imagine. That is a messed up
yeah.
situation.
When speaking with Dave earlier, and I'm sure it's okay to share this because it was along the same lines as forgiveness, and you'd heard his thoughts when it came to Sheila and Rachel, and he said the difference between me and Skylar. He said I can't forgive him, but he said Skylar probably already. Well, not there wasn't probably. He said Skylar already has,
Mm-hmm.
and you know,
How do you forgive that? How do you forgive somebody taking your
yeah,
child? And not just taking their life, but brutally murdering.
yes, yeah. I mean, it's
It's one thing to take somebody's life. I think it's another when you purposely torture them.
agreed.
And I'm not saying, and that goes as far as Gabby too. I mean, I truly believe in my eyes, strangulation is a form of torture.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I mean, you're taking you're taking one of the most valuable resources away from someone, not just breath, but life in that situation, and um, it really is. It really is, in my opinion, a form of torture. Um, it. And see, this is what we would like to have out here as a community like this, where we can come out and talk about these things. And that was really, kind of Dave to offer to come back out again and, talk about the case and talk about the red flags as they came up and everything. And that'll be something to look forward to, um, in the future. But that's what we want to have out here is a community where we can talk about these things and potentially talk with, family members, um, who are closely involved in these situations and give them a place where they they can come and talk and help to like for instance in the missing persons cases we would love to be able to reach out to families. The channel right now is small. We're running at about 448 subscribers, but that's still 448 people, and not including others who watch the videos who could see the faces, um, and you know it's but others who I want to make sure I didn't mess this up because I was actually trying to make sure the scene was ready for the missing persons posters because I couldn't remember if I got it set up or not. Everything was nope, nope, I didn't. Ho-
Oh, it's the
yeah,
unlisted one.
okay. So just for future reference on no, I have it downloaded, but for future reference, if you just use straight OBS and use that studio mode, um, I'm actually editing that other scene to put the correct video in. Um, and we're still over on our main scene on YouTube. So Yep.
Oh.
Yep. I love OBS. There we go.
No, I can't wait until he's on again because I think that what he has to say, and Mary too, for that
Yes.
matter, um, is very valuable to people. And
I'm thinking that the next time that we do that, we may have to pull the time back, um, so
yeah, I
so
was thinking that too,
yeah,
just
so that
to
it's a bit earlier for them, as they're over on the East Coast. But that was really, I mean, you could hear in his voice, he just he sounds like a just a very straightforward, kind, caring guy. That was his only daughter, and you could hear the love in his voice, for his daughter, and um, he wants to educate people. He wants to tell people about the red flags. Um, and he's pushing for Skylar's law, and I think that if I'm going to try to reach out, um, here on Monday and see if I can get a hold of my legislator and, try to push for that, because if that did take off at a federal level, imagine the difference that that could make. Instead of the police just saying, "Well, they just ran away," um, they would they would legally have to act on that.
mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do is, I'm going to pin that. I don't know if this is the bill number for the federal, but I just pinned the page for. What, did it go up there? Okay,
Yep.
that's for the West Virginia legislature government website. Um, yeah, I it was heartbreaking to hear that. Oh, it is a House bill. Okay, so it's. Let me make sure that I have the right bill number here.
Sadly, I can't do much with that when it comes to that because
And
I'm
maybe
in
someday.
Canada.
House Bill 2453, and I'm going to open that up now, um, and take a.
Did you want to play that
Oh
video
yeah,
first?
yeah, we can definitely do that. So, um, we are going to bring up.
It's not that long this time, so that's okay, guys. Don't panic.
So what I'm going to do is bring up, our video with the missing persons posters, um, and I'm going to put the Facebook page here. Face.
And quite a few people have been sharing them, so please keep it going, guys.
Yes, yes. I'm going to make sure that I didn't make any typos. I'm going to click the link myself. Okay, yeah, that's correct. So we're going to play, the missing persons And we are back. Let me check over here in the chat really quick. See what's going on. Jameson says the bill will start in the House of delegates, and if successful, oh, I forgot to turn that off. Okay. And eventually reach the state Senate. If you get it through the West Virginia House of Delegates, it will most certainly pass. Greg says Soul Asylum. Yeah, I'd like to address something really quick, and nobody out in the chat's in trouble unless you're one of these people. So,
Oh.
I got a whole slew of nasty text messages today. I'm not going to get into the detail as to what they say. Believe me, I would like to put them on screen, but I'm not going to do that. But essentially, I was told, this is somebody who I know personally, that this individual and this individual's coworkers watch these videos and pretty much discuss how messed up I am. And, you know, this individual has made statements about Lori as well. And so if any of you are watching, I just got to say, you're pretty heartless people and you need to go and get a life. So, because, you know, it's, you have no idea of what you're doing and you need to go and get a life and you're not welcome at this channel. So, there we go.
Well said.
Thank you.
Also, I was gonna hold on. We gotta. Oh, I got something for you that we gotta put up.
What's that, hon?
Okay, you gotta put that on.
But yeah, no, Greg, it was bad. I showed Lori and um another close. Well, yeah, the screenshots. Is it in Messenger, hon? Okay.
Yeah.
I had showed them the screenshots. And this individual. Well, I think I just need to do my best to do what Dave is doing. That individual is not worth the time. It's just a shame that people conduct themselves that way and call themselves adults, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, that was very true.
Okay, let me. Okay, so we have another missing poster here. I will bring this up momentarily on screen.
Now, of course, this doesn't really affect you Americans at all, but it's actually only an hour and 15 minutes or so away
Oh
from where I live,
wow.
so I thought. And I used to live there, so I got people there that are on my Facebook.
Okay.
So, and we also shared what the hell
Yes.
Cornell, right?
So what we are looking at here is a missing person, a person to locate by the name of Lori Rushton is described as an indigenous woman, 72 years old. If you have any information about Lori Rushton or where she might be, contact the Williams Lake RCMP at 250-392-6211. That's so sad.
apparently I think she left her residence and just never came back. Search and rescue and everybody have been out looking for her. There's no trace. It's yeah, she just disappeared. So anybody in the Cornell Williams Lake 100-mile area, keep your eyes peeled for her.
Definitely. I'm gonna.
Especially out west.
I'll leave that poster up there for a few more moments. Um,
And her thing is also this exact thing here is also on our page, so you can share it.
Yes. Um, Greg haters. Yeah, yeah. You should see the full context. You should see the full context of that. Lori saw it. Um, I would like to say to those people, this is Greg. These people are so nice. WTF is wrong with? It's they have their own agendas, Greg. That's all that it is. Um,
They choose to see the worst in people, and they choose to see the worst in Bob, like even stuff that
yeah.
isn't
Well,
real.
what I will say is it's because of people like that. Those are the kind of people who would not have a problem talking someone into suicide. I can guarantee you that. They have some serious issues. Anybody that's affiliated with that individual who decides to come out here and do that crap, you are truly showing your true colors in your heart, and you need to grow yourself a heart, become a human, and learn how to.
I was gonna say they don't even have a heart.
Well,
Never
it
mind
could
that.
be. I mean, my thing is that it's because of people like that. I mean, just like the remember the one who was harassing you. People like that who would probably have no problem talking others into suicide. They probably have blood on their hands to some degree or another.
Who,
Yeah,
Canadian
yeah,
Landwell
yeah, Mr.
guy or
Pentecost. Mm-hmm.
I seriously, I did a whole show, and that's
Yeah,
exactly what it was
yeah.
on. Was me being a
It's
Canadian
back there
Landwell.
earlier on, and before we actually started going down the true crime route. Now, the true crime route, it wasn't anything that was like it wasn't like boom, we're going to do that. Um, you know, especially Lori, I I didn't know a lot about it. It's crazy and sad and scary to see the darkness in this world. But Lori had been wanting to do this for a long time. I remember when I first met her that she had talked about wanting to create a missing persons group. And back then, me and my thick skull, I was like, missing persons. Like, do you mean that you missed somebody? Like and it's just um. Anyways, but the thing is that there was an individual. The screenshots are actually in that video, where this individual decided to message me and was talking about how he and his little group of friends were laughing at Lori and laughing at her kids and laughing at me and essentially the text messages that I received today were the same kinds of things. And that person is a known abusive person, and that's all I got to say about that.
Mm. I have something else to say about this lady here that's up here in the poster. Okay, so it says there what RCMP and Williams Lake are asking for the public's help tracking down a missing woman. Lori Rushton, 72, was reported missing Thursday, October 14th. RCMP says she left her home at 5:17 p.m. and did not return. The woman requires oxygen support
Oh
but left home
no.
without it. After being diagnosed with various medical issues recently, police and family members are concerned for her well-being.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's that. So keep your eyes out because apparently she's in desperate need.
Wow.
As for the newest of the new with the Gabby Laundrie situation, um, Chris Laundrie so totally put up a ring today. Uh, got you. He's got you guys down. Yeah.
You know, I I can totally understand the frustration and things with the public, but I don't feel that entitles somebody to go up there and disturb somebody's property like that. Personally, that's my personal opinion. If anybody thinks differently, I am not trying to harp on you or anything like that. But that's my opinion on the matter. I mean, Cassie Laundry and her family, they they had received death threats and things, and
Yeah, she's got kids, guys. Like, what the fuck?
I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with that kind of behavior at all.
Yeah, I don't either. At some point, we have to start acting like adults, and this is definitely not the way to go about
Agreed.
doing that. So, yeah, I mean,
Greg, if I didn't say it before, I just want to say that I appreciate the kind words there too for both Lori and I, because we're not perfect people, but we want to treat people right, and often to our detriment, we treat people right when they're treating us, you know, wrong to the like whatever, however many levels of hell are in Dante's Inferno. I don't know.
I'm not saying I'm
Me
perfect in
either.
this situation, okay? Because like I can say things that are hurtful and all that kind of stuff, just like the next person can. I am human, and I do get mad and upset and all that jazz. However, I I know what it's like to be put down to, just not be treated like an equal part of society, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, from the start, I think that's what this group was for. It started out being a group where I could feel like I had a place to talk, where I could speak, where somebody would listen, even if it was just one person. And sometimes there was nobody to listen. But just to be able to have that ability to be real, to be honest, to be me, and kind of be unfiltered. And you'll see a lot, like if you go back in the group, there's a lot of videos that are just me where I'll be sitting there, and some videos I'm crying through the whole video, some videos I'm laughing, some videos it's whatever. But when I did a lot of Lori's thoughts, or what was this last one I did? These last ones here just before we started the
The
true
things
crime.
things that make you go
Yes, that's what it was. Like there's a lot of things where I'm talking about things that matter to me, things that I don't know, I guess at a certain spot in my life where I'll look back and remember, well, that was kind of a crappy time. I was going through crap at that time, but this is what kind of happened around then. It's memories. I mean, I've pretty much been on camera for the last almost 2 years, almost every day. There's been a couple times where there's nothing, but for the most of the time, I've been out here talking to people and putting my life out there, and people are mean. People
oh my gosh, are they
are
ever?
freaking mean.
But there are
But
some
I
really good
try not
ones.
to treat people the way that they treat me. I try to treat them better. So, yeah. What was that?
I said, but there are some good ones out here too, like the ones, the individuals that we see out here in the chat, and
Mm-hmm.
those are the individuals who we really appreciate, because you guys know how to, behave as humans with some
You
human
guys can play
decency.
nice in the sandbox, okay? You guys know how to play nice, and that's cool because not a lot of people know how to play nice in the sandbox.
Evidently not. Nope. Not
They
after all
like to
that
throw
crap I was reading
sand,
today.
dog shit, cat shit. They like to throw shit, and that's not fun to do because
No.
um, it sucks when somebody throws shit at you. Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. It does. And
Not that I have a history of having people throw shit at me, but anyways, also news that's been going on in the Laundrie household. Oh my god, this is so exciting, guys. You guys will not believe what happened. Oh my god. So after the ring was installed, I can hardly contain myself. I don't know. Chris got the mail. He took the mail. He was escorted to the mailbox by media. Um, they had to get the shot of him catching the mail. Like seriously, you guys are paying people to get this shot of him getting the mail?
yeah.
What are you going to dissect from that? The way he looked when he got it? He got it too aggressively? What? Like, I just don't understand what the purpose is. Like, Let these poor people live their lives. Eventually, karma will get them. If they have something to do with it, it will come out. It may not come out at the time you guys want it to come out, but it will come out. Like, wow.
Take a look at
This is
Kevin's
getting.
comment.
As my friend Jim used to say, there are only 8 or 9 really mean, nasty people in this world. They just get around a lot.
I have three words. 3 words to that. I'm gonna put them out in the chat here in all capital letters, and then I'll say them. And those 3 words are demons travel fast.
Mm-hmm. In all seriousness, though, the stuff that has happened, which is, um, mm, shoot, hold on. Yes, who did vote? Um, okay, I don't know. I had something I was going to talk about, but
Uh-oh. Oh,
oh, what?
there you are. It got really quiet.
What are you talking about? I've been here the whole time.
I wonder if maybe my internet hasn't gotten over its outage yet. Oh, my
I don't
computer
know.
needs to restart. Apply updates.
You what?
My computer needs to restart to apply updates. I gotta make sure that's not Oh, shoot. Let me make sure that's not going to restart, because that's going to. Guys, if this cuts, then Windows is making a decision that I did not want for it to make. Oh wait, okay. Um, I
Oh,
don't have to restart now.
okay. So that's one thing that did happen on a positive note was the family, the parents of Gabby. They're in Wyoming, as we all know. They went to go get Gabby, and I guess they went to where the body was found.
Mm.
And her dad tweeted, "I now know why you came here." Hashtag Gabby Petito. Has a beautiful view from now on. Love you and miss you.
I saw that today, actually.
Yeah. So, um, Dave said he'll be back on next week if we'll have him.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we'll work it out so that we can do it earlier. So it'll be so he won't be so crunched on time, and he won't have to worry about being up late as far as work in the morning and everything goes.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I couldn't imagine being in a situation or being. Oh, right. Let's talk about that, Greg.
Oh, let's see. Oh, his comment hasn't come through on my end yet. I don't. Oh yeah. The Northport police are playing around. I hope they get something done. Um, there have been some individuals here in the chat. There was a woman by the name of Danielle who had come in here, who also lives in Northport, and she said that one of the things that they are known for is not having a good police department. Kevin says it is one of the most beautiful areas on earth. So sad that such a terrible tragedy took place. The amazing thing about that still, um, I'm going to see if I can find the picture to bring it up here, guys.
Oh my God, you guys! I have a hole in my mouth. Apparently, I went to go take a sip of my drink and I slopped it all the way down my shirt.
Oh, man.
It's like it just trickled out of my mouth, like I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, there it is. What day was this? I want to make sure that I cite this correctly.
I don't know. I don't know what day it is.
Oh, no. This article here. Um, let's see here. Just in case you guys didn't see this when it happened, I just want to make sure that I have the exact day that this took place. Just one moment. I want to see when this appeared. Because I don't know, I don't remember if this happened the day of
Right, Kevin? Oh my
or the
God,
day
it's
after.
embarrassing.
Okay, so let me grab this picture and bring it up for you all to see. And I'll put the article um, into the chat for. Uh-oh. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure that this. Okay. Yeah, this is the right photo. I'm not sure what's in here otherwise, but I want to bring this photo up, guys. And um, now, at the top left corner of the screen, there's. I believe that's that photo of the angel. Um, but what you're seeing on your screen is the area where Gabby's body was found. There was actually a rainbow that was spotted right there. And I will provide a link to that article here in the chat for you guys. You know, and it just it's things like that that make you wonder about the mysteries, you know, in this world. And um, a YouTube guy found a fugitive in the reserve right under the nose of Northport. Really? Wow.
Oh, is that YouTuber that oh crap, hold on, let me tell you his name.
Did you see
Lives
Kevin's
in
comment?
Northport. Yeah, that I have a drinking
Yeah,
problem.
I missed that.
I don't know, something like Northport or something. I mean, I think I'm following him. He was saying, I was watching a show of his, and he was saying how he thought it was he thought Brian Laundrie was there, but it wasn't Brian Laundrie.
Hmm. Yeah, it, it's I don't know. Like I was telling Lori when the posters were showing, just listening to listening to Dave as he was talking this evening, it just really was making me want to cry. I mean, you could just hear, you know, his heart, and um, I wish I would have had the opportunity to have a father like that in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, I was actually messaging Dave back. He had sent me a message and was just saying thank you so much.
Yeah, he sent me one too.
And that's what this is all about making good connections. And you know, Lori and I, we definitely aren't in a financial position to be able to help anybody. Um, but there are things that we can do to help. I mean, she may not be able to help with the legislative part of it, and talking about Skylar's law, and she won't be able to directly reach out to a congressperson, but she has the power to, well, whenever she gets out of Facebook jail for whatever she was mysteriously put in there for, um, she can share that out, and other people in the states can see that, and hopefully others will jump on that bandwagon and push for that to be.
I think tomorrow's my next last day or the next day.
All right.
It's either I think Sunday I'm out of jail.
So we'll have to have a Facebook jailbreak party.
Exactly. Like I can't believe I got put in jail.
And they didn't even tell you why, did they?
No, they never tell me why. They just throw me in there.
I haven't
Say I'm bad.
Oh, it's like that guy in the Goonies. You ever see the Goonies?
I can honestly say I have never seen the
I've
Goonies.
never
No.
I've never watched the whole movie either, but I think there was this dude. I would play it, but we'd probably get a copyright claim or something. Um,
But
but there was this guy in a Superman costume, and he was like, "You've been bad." I'm gonna have to watch that movie sometime. I never really did watch it.
no.
Maybe I have to watch it with the boys. Make some popcorn and watch the Goonies. But
Oh, Kevin posted 20 minutes ago in the group the Skylar's Law thing.
oh, thank you, Kevin. Well, see, and that's what we want. I mean, we had other shows on this channel before, and I don't think that they weren't providing value, but it's just I don't think there was as much of a reach for the community because we had talked about topics like mental health and other things along those lines, and I think it would be really good to get back into that at some point. Um, but hey, Mark, how's it going?
Hey, Mark, you missed the interview.
Um, but
Or the, the sit down talk with Dave Neese. However, you're in luck. He'll return next week sometime.
hmm yeah, although it'll be an earlier show because he's over on the East Coast. Not sure if his wife Mary will be out or not, but Dave had kindly offered to come out and talk with us about go through the case step by step and just talk about red flags as they came about.
Yeah, it definitely was awesome to talk with him.
It was it was like I said, didn't I didn't have a father around when I was a kid, and listening to his voice, like I would have loved to have had somebody that has that much love in their heart as a dad. And I'm definitely not perfect, but that's the kind of dad who I try to be. Oh wow, I was watching some of Ricky Whitlock. I'm not sure who Ricky Whitlock is, but there's always the replay though, Mark. It was a really pretty much through the first 35-ish minutes of the stream tonight. Um, was when Dave was out here. He had talked about some instances because we'd spoken with him over a Facebook Messenger call earlier today, and we were talking about trolls because I just wanted to let him know that there may be some trolls. I would hope not, but he had shared some experiences tonight um, about one person who had offered to raise money, and they did all of these dinners and all of this and raised thousands and thousands of dollars to supposedly help, and then that individual kept all of it. And since it was in cash, there wasn't really anything that the police could do about it. Just people.
Yeah, who does that?
I don't know what's up with the notification. Um, I saw it on mine, but I think it is a YouTube thing because there are some other videos where I don't see notifications for, I don't know, long periods of time after the video went live. So I'm sorry that's happening. It's
I know I never get notified either.
yeah, it's weird.
But needless to say, it was a very good show, I thought.
It
Oh,
was, and we're definitely looking forward to having Dave back. Hell's only half full, by the way. To the dude, yeah, terrible. But yeah, Dave will be back maybe next week, and he'll talk about the case step by step and talk about red flags and things. And just want to say to you guys too, just really appreciate being so welcoming out here and just showing such kindness and everything. And you know, unfortunately, like when it comes to text, sometimes things can be impersonal. It can be taken impersonally because it's text on the screen. But all of you out here, you just don't know you personally, but just interacting with you in chat, you seem like some really great people. And we're really thankful to have you guys out here in this chat when we come live.
excellent. You're excellent people. So I don't know what you want to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about? Do you want to talk about um, um, hmm. I don't know.
I am out of ideas at this point, but you know how the day has been down here. So, um,
Well, I mean, the thing is that I don't think Northport Police are doing a very good job at all about anything,
no,
and I don't think Bertolino is doing a very good job either
no,
about
Mr.
anything.
Background Bertolino.
I also think the media needs to back off a little bit off the Laundries there, because now it's getting crazy. Because I'd hate to know how much a picture of Chris Laundrie getting the mail is worth. Like
Yeah,
seriously, it's gone a little too far now. Like, really, How is any of this helping find Brian?
yeah. Are
No,
you?
it's not. It's not. It's just people throwing their weight around, pretending they're this and that and every other thing in between, and they're not. So maybe we need to back off a bit and see what the hell happens.
Mark says, thanks. Honestly, us righteous people needed you to find us. Uh, Definitely not righteous over here, Mark. I'll say that much. I am about as flawed as it can get. I gotta see if I can find this because this is something really cool to talk about. Um, I don't want to say what it is just yet because I oh my goodness, I wish it just kind of came to mind um with the comment that you made there, Mark, and but I have to find it if I can. But oh, there it is. Okay. Um. Okay. Hopefully, where's the here's something here. I saw this a couple years ago. I'll be bringing it up on screen in a moment. It's definitely not true crime related. um, but it really um, it really hit home. And I'm not sure why your comment about righteous, brought that up, Mark, but maybe there's a reason for it. Um, Here in a moment, you're going to see a picture of these two statues. As soon as I find them, go. I should probably keep this around too because when I first saw this, it really just so much truth. Wait. Okay, there we go. And it's going to be coming up on screen now. So it's this picture of these two statues, okay? And the way it's described here is it's a statue of a father and of a son. And you'll notice that there are a bunch of kind of holes on the statue of the father, and it says the statue of the son was made from pieces removed from the father to represent what parents do to build um, the lives of their children. I'm going to see if I can find this, and yeah, okay, let me find this here. Okay, of what parents do to build the lives of their children. For anybody who's interested, I'll give you the Reddit link for that. I don't know a lot about Reddit, but that's good. That's good. I don't know, and no offense there, Mark. Um, no offense there. I came out of a cult environment, and so like righteous, I don't know. It has a whole a very hard meaning. But you look at the statue of the sun, and you see all of those like circular cutout pieces that were used to make the sun, and being that tonight we were talking with Dave, and you know, I mean everything that we've seen of Skylar, she was a 4.0 student. She was a loving, um, caring person, and that was because of what her parents invested in her. And so when you look at these statues, it's like, if you want your younger ones to have values, it's going to take pieces of you away to build that. But it's absolutely crucial. I mean, I know. You still there, beautiful?
I am.
Okay. When I look at this statue, and with my boys, um, the three of us have been through hell on earth more times than I would like to count. But one thing that I will say is that I would go back and I would go through every single bit of that hell and more so that my boys exist in this world, because this world would not be it would not be as good of a place as it is. I'm not sure where that statue is. Let me see if I can find out. But those boys, they bring light into my world and light into my life, and I don't have any regrets. I don't regret the pain, and there was a hell of a lot of it, and there still is. But I would not go back and change it because they are they're they're my world, and I would give them all of what I went through and more just for them to be able to exist. I'm going to try to see if I can find out where this statue is because I don't know. That would be really cool to see in person. Um, I'm going to have to look that one up because I don't even know what the statue is called. but it it definitely has its own story to tell. There we are.
Kind of cool though.
It is. It's one of those things where there's like such a clear moral to the story, you know? I'm just closing all these tabs too. Somehow I got a whole bunch of them open.
Yeah, it's okay, no biggie. Yeah, you're right, Bob, about that.
Appreciate that, Greg. Yeah, there truly have been pains that are beyond words. Um, but without those pains, you know, my boys wouldn't exist in this world. And like I said, I would go through hellfire a million times over to be able to hear their voices and see them. But there's not going to be two other little boys like them. There just won't. And I don't have any regrets. I would go through every single bit of that for them and more. And that's where it comes down to, like, you know, they're worth it. Even on the bad days. They're worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
See, and Lori's gotten to hear them personally and talk to them. I mean, we've played games together sometimes. I still remember when we were playing that one game and Adam came up and he's like, he was dressed up as a cowboy and he just came up on the game. He's like, I'm a cowboy. Oh, those memories. But yeah,
So to be, I can't wait for the next show when Dave comes on.
same here. I don't know. His voice is really comforting to listen to. But I think I'm out of steam for stuff to talk about. Any thoughts on
Anybody got anything?
anybody out in chat?
Going once, going twice.
Just got to remember there's that 7 second delay, so we don't want to end it before they hear the going once, going twice. Yeah, yeah. Skylar was his only child.
So I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to reach out to these people of other families and see what we can do with shows like that.
I think what I'm going to do, at least for starters, is I'll write a post and post it out on the Ion page. Um, I mean, you know, as far as reaching out to those on the posters, um, I don't know. That's I think what we might want to do is look to see if there are any established groups or pages.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we might seem kind of like stalker-y. You know, we don't want to do that. You know, and that's the thing. Like literally, it was over the fact that we just didn't like her anymore.
Well, there's no real actual saying what the hell it was over.
No,
They
no,
didn't really said that was just one of the ideas that it was because they didn't really like her.
yeah,
They themselves don't know why they did it, I don't think.
no, I'm sure. like to just say for anybody who's new out here to the channel, if you've enjoyed the engagement and the interaction out here, and we definitely want to build a sense of camaraderie out here. The true crime scene is definitely one of the darker places of the world. And so, I mean, like Bobby Brown, when he's out here, he tries to bring some laughs because it does get serious and it does get really dark. But if you would like to be a part of that, and you'd like to be a part of the camaraderie and the interaction out here, we would definitely love for you to subscribe to the channel. And if you don't feel comfortable um, talking in the chat right now, that's okay. As you watch subsequent videos and get to know those who are out here in the chat and see what a welcoming environment it is. So long as you're in a troll, if you're a troll, it's definitely not going to be a welcoming environment for you. But because you'll be gone. But for everybody else, um, come on out and interact. We want to keep this a safe place. And if you're watching this and you know of somebody who's missing personally and you would like to come on and talk, um, that's one of the things that we'd like to do with this platform is offer people a place to do that. And you're more than welcome to reach out to us through our Facebook group, Missing Murder Mysteries, which is a there are links for everything, both in the description and on the about page of the YouTube channel. But reach out to us. Email address is ionentertainmentnetwork@gmail.com. There are plenty of ways to reach out to us. But if you are personally associated with a missing persons case and you would like to um, get information out to people, again, we're a smaller channel, but there are people who watch, and that's another group of eyes and ears and hands that can be reached. We would definitely love to have you out here on the show. Just don't be shy. Just feel free to reach out to us.
And that's one thing I think that really sucks about being a small channel is that people probably wouldn't reach out to a smaller channel. They would a bigger channel. But I think that they should be able to reach out to anything because anything is better than nothing.
Yeah, agreed. Let's see. Greg says that's why, like that guy Doug who is searching for Brian in Northport, said he just looks dirt. Looks for missing people. See, and we may not have the money or the drones or anything, but we have a platform out here on YouTube, and it's not just things like this in the true crime area. It's a hard line because there have been statements, and in the beginning, we had put it out there that it was for education and entertainment purposes, the content on the channel, but there's nothing entertaining about this stuff, and so I had to change that because this particular area, it's not for entertainment. Sadly, though, I could guarantee you, practically, if I bought some more death nuts and I sat
Oh
here
boy.
and ate them on screen and it was going to cause pain, the views would probably substantially go up on the channel because there are a lot of people who love to watch people in pain.
Oh, I agree with you totally there, Bob.
Oh, yeah. We appreciate that, Greg.
Sorry, guys, I'm here. I apologize if you hear me eating, but I'm eating ramen. And
Ramen.
I'm sitting here. Okay, so like I don't have my camera on because I'm currently just in a sports bra. Because remember, I spilled.
Oh, yeah.
Can't take me anywhere.
Bet you look good though. Say that. But definitely understand. That dude's still looking through your window, though.
I know,
You know, he's been there. He's been there so often. We'll have to give him a name.
right? He just stays there. He's like he wants to be on. Um, no, I mean like the number of subscribers and followers and stuff like that. The only reason why I'd wanted to grow is just so that it would reach more
More
people.
exposure, but yeah, definitely, definitely more concerned with the people. I mean, the channel growth is definitely an awesome thing as it comes, but we're going to keep doing this one way or the other. I know. If one of mine was missing, I would want somebody to be doing the same thing. I'd be doing the same thing myself. Totally agree with you, Kevin.
There's a lot of missing people.
Yes, there are.
So why were there cops with rifles in the Carlton Reserve today?
Yeah, let me go and see if I can find out about that.
I think that kind of happened when we were on the thing with Dave. Earlier.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Mm-mm.
Okay, looking through here.
You don't want to admit that that was you under the table?
No, I don't know how I could be in two places at once like that, though.
Hey, one day, guys, he will be under. Well, no, I'm not saying he'll be under the
Yeah,
table,
but I'll
but
be there.
he'll be here,
All
not under the
right,
table.
here we go. I'll put this article out there in the chat for you guys.
Oh, he might be under the table. What if he drops something?
Never know. Yeah, I heard mention that they were training out there. So this article is brought to us by WFLA, and headline is Brian Laundrie search officers carrying large rifles into wooded area near Carlton Reserve
So
are.
basically, what the title was, they used Brian Laundrie's name to get people drawn in to read the article, but really it had nothing to do with Brian at
Well,
all.
it says that they're training and searching. Police say. So let's see. Let's see what this says here. But I mean, you know, there's articles out there on the major media outlets about um, Chris installing a doorbell camera. So I mean, all right, here we go.
I don't find that relevant news, really. I'm just like,
There was a large law enforcement presence on Friday in the Sarasota County Nature Reserve, where the search for Brian Laundrie has been focused. Um, one of the entrances to the, oh, let's see if I can pronounce this, Meakahatchee Creek Environmental Park, which gives access to the Carlton Reserve, was taped off Friday morning. Later in the afternoon, officers were seen carrying large rifles into a wooded area about a mile from the entrance of the reserve off of uh, Tropicare Boulevard. Continuing down past all these pictures. Earlier Friday,
so
yellow.
again, it had nothing to do with Brian, but they were just
Yeah, so
there.
far. uh, Yellow police link do not cross tape went up at the entrance to the reserve. It was the first time we've seen police tape up in the area since the search for Laundrie started. A Northport police SUV was seen just beyond the tape. Several other law enforcement vehicles were in the park but obscured by trees. um, Friday's law enforcement activity comes after several crews, including a human remains detection uh, canine team from Pasco County, searched the Carlton Reserve on Thursday. The Pasco County units were not at the scene on Friday, a spokesperson confirmed. This week, officials marked one. Okay, so yeah, literally, yeah, they were searching. Yeah, they were searching on Thursday, but yeah, no, that's essentially what they did. They put training and searching in single quotation marks in the headline of that article. Yeah, the only thing that I can think of as to why they haven't charged murder, Greg, is is that if they did without having him in custody, if he evades them for another 180 days and stays alive, those charges would no longer be able to be held against him because of the speedy trial clause. Yeah, that's my. I mean, they very well could have something linking him um to the murder, but they aren't saying anything about it, and they're not charging him because of that speedy trial clause, and they may just be waiting. Like this is the way that it's working in my mind. Let's say that they have a solid um, solid knowledge that he is located in a specific area. Okay, um, they move in on the area, and if there is direct evidence linking him to the crime, um, then I'm sure that those charges are going to be coming out of the woodwork.
Well, they can't come soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what the holdup is. But... So you're saying they don't have enough evidence?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, what I'm saying is they very likely could have evidence that directly ties him to it, but they might be waiting until they have a solid knowledge as to where he is, and then they can move in and surround the area, and then if there is any direct evidence tying him to Gabby's murder, then boom, it comes out. They know where he is, so they have him surrounded, and um, and then they're able to release those charges and not have to worry about him evading for the next 180 days. And
Right. So basically, they're waiting to charge and snatch
yep.
because he's a flight risk.
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
Which is for sure. He definitely is a flight risk, is for certain on that one.
That is for sure.
But I guess we have to wait till we find out where the hell he flighted to before we get all excited.
Right.
I know. I'm making up words. It's okay.
So I don't know which outlet it is, but evidently, oh, how's it going, Miss Linky Mood? You know, you'll have to check the replay because we actually did have Dave Neese out here, but he said that he would like to come back again maybe next week. It was throughout the first 35 minutes or so of the video, Slinky. But he said that he would like to come back again sometime next week. We'll likely do it at an earlier time because he's actually over on the East Coast um, himself. And he said that when he comes back, he'd like to go through a step by step, you know, of the case involving Skylar, and and just talk about the red flags and things. And it was a really good conversation. So if you get a chance, you have to go back and listen. But it's good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing, by the way?
How you doing?
Awesome. Well. In the meantime, just stay out here and hang out with us for a little bit. Yeah, it was really nice talking with him. Um, we had to make some last minute changes as far as the audio goes, but I'm getting better at that. Thankfully, we use Skype when we come out here. Typically, we've been messing with Discord, but not everybody uses Discord. More people are familiar with Skype than with Discord, and so Skype was not working. The audio was not working for some reason or another, and so we just patched Dave into a Facebook Messenger call from his phone, and and then I just patched the audio into the broadcasting software, and it worked out.
And I think that's how we'll do it next time too.
Yeah, I think so too. That seemed very straightforward. It worked out quite well.
And I'm not sure, but his Bluetooth must have been really quiet.
Some Bluetooth headsets are like that. Um, like I know it. I'm going to guess that maybe for him, the sound comes through a lot louder and more crisp. But for those those of us out here, like mine today when we were in that thing, the birthday party today. Remember, I guess I was echoing really bad.
Uh,
So
I didn't hear it. I don't know what they were talking about.
interesting. I wonder why no one is thinking I'm thinking he went back to. That could always be a.
I thought that. I
Mm-hmm.
said that, Greg.
Yeah, Lori had mentioned that.
Well, that would be a shock to her family being there out in Wyoming right now.
That is for darn sure. And Slinky, I don't know if you're a member out there, but if you'd be interested, we have a group on Facebook now. It's called Missing Murder Mysteries. What I'll do is I'll go and grab that link and put, or actually no, better yet, in the description under our social media links, there's a link to the group. And if you're interested and you're out on Facebook and you haven't joined, you're more than welcome to come out there. There's the group's starting to take off out there, and it's just a place to interact and talk about cases, outside of the shows and things. And we'd be glad to have you along out there.
I don't think it was to off himself, Greg. I really don't feel he did. I feel he's alive. Or somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere.
Right?
I also don't think we're going to find him anytime soon. I think it's going to be years before we find him. And I think you can thank the Fort police for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Because
to agree
they
with you
really
on that.
dropped the ball in the initial stages of the investigation.
Oh yeah, that was the thing is that evidently on one of the media sources on TV, they were trying to say that evidently um, that they think that he was passing her a note from under the garden. So I mean,
Oh, yeah, right? I thought it was just Skittles, but
I could go for some Skittles. Taste the rainbow. You guys remember those?
taste the
Yeah, you
rainbow.
remember those commercials?
Yeah, I do. I do remember. Yeah, yeah. Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm interested, but I can't do
Oh, there
Facebook,
is a
so
lot
let's
of
try
drama
that.
on Facebook, that's for sure. I'm sorry to hear that, though. I mean, it's true. There is a lot of drama out there. So Greg says he thinks maybe a month or two that he'll be found. Someone will maybe turn him in.
Maybe they're waiting for the reward to get bigger.
You never know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to order some Skittles next time I make a grocery order. That sounds really good.
It was just I don't eat candy.
Hmm?
Huh?
I need some soul food.
I don't.
You know candy is soul food, right?
Uh huh.
You know why?
Oh.
So when somebody is in some form of emotional distress or trauma, there's this natural inclination to want to eat high carbohydrate foods. And that's why they call it soul food, because the body, for whatever reason, is craving these high carb foods like chicken and candy and stuff like that. Ice cream. Shoot, I remember my grandpa when I was a kid. He had said, whenever I was sad, he's like, let's go get some ice cream. Soul food. Florida doesn't have basement. Yeah, it's while it's very rare, there actually are some bunkers down there, but they're very very rare. I think he will be found by dumb luck if he's in the states. Some off-duty cop will um, be on the middle of nowhere and find him at a restaurant or bar. That could be likely.
Well, that's going to be a long time from now because my God, he isn't going to come or emerge from any kind of anything for the first like 5 years.
And by the way, be sure to check out our merch here in the near future. You can get your very own I Am Not Brian Laundrie t-shirts. Because evidently everybody
Um,
is Brian Laundrie these days. He's in Canada, he's in New York, he's in Mexico, he's in Brazil, he is everywhere. Sorry guys, I just, you know, light humor.
you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
I'm not sure.
What does it sound like?
Hmm?
What does it sound like?
Sounds like kind of like rumbling or something. I'm not sure.
It sounds like
I'm
rumbling.
not sure. I ate candy a
It's
lot.
my fingernail on the grate over top of the microphone.
Oh.
Cuba or Costa Rica? Well, that's possible.
I I wish I can't really answer that. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore, Greg. It could be possible, um, or it could be possible that Mr. Bertolino is instructing him. Um, Mr.
Oh, I think Bertolino knows more.
Oh, I think he knows a lot more because he couldn't even
The
answer.
parents?
Hmm?
I don't know. I don't know anymore about the parents. I mean, the dad now is like turned over a new leaf, and he's got like my shit don't stink leaf going on now. Kind of like smugly looking at the news reporters and all this other kind of stuff. Like he's got his balls back. He can actually emerge from his house now and not let the spooky media people scare him. However, it is concerning that I have not seen Roberta since she picked up the laundry baskets.
Hmm.
Where did Roberta go? Why isn't she help doing yard work? Why didn't she help put the ring up or get the mail? Just saying. And what Chris did to Roberta. Did he pay for her to leave too?
Hmm.
Maybe she's at Cassie's house. Who knows?
It's
I don't know.
interesting.
Somebody said somebody snuck out of the house or something. I don't know. These people are just going nuts. They snuck out of the house. Okay, somebody snuck out. Brian did, supposedly. Snuck out of the house at like 3 a.m. I'm like, what?
It's like
Yeah.
I think Brian flew back in a private plane, and his parents drove the van home, or another family member. That's an
I don't
interesting
know.
thought.
No, I don't think so. Because wasn't he actually physically seen at some point on that trip back? I think he
I
was.
thought there was like a traffic stop or just I can't remember.
No, I think yeah, there was that, but there was actually
Gas
that
station
turned out.
cameras weren't there? I don't know.
Yeah, but that turned out to be different because there's something else. But um, yeah, I don't know. I think he was actually physically seen.
Yeah, it'll probably be on Lifetime or something.
Well, they can't have a movie until they actually know what the hell happened
Yeah.
and have a suspect at least. Like, we don't even have a suspect. Like, what the hell? Like, they're not charging him with shit other than fraud charges. But yeah, that's what it was. See, it's a good thing you have a good memory, Greg, because mine sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were able to actually place his person actually on his way back from Wyoming.
Well,
So
thing is, it's only a matter of time. Let's see, Lifetime Movie of the Year. Who Likes Laundrie or In the Wash? Um, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The whole thing is messed up.
I don't know the way that the media and things roll. I wouldn't be surprised if they called it Dirty Laundry or something, because that hashtag has definitely made its way around.
Uh-huh. That's for sure.
Hmm.
So do you want to end it?
Yeah, I think we can wrap up. Um, and before we do, as always, we just want to make sure to tell you guys thank you because this channel, like I say practically every night, and I mean it, and Lori means it. This channel wouldn't be what it is or what it's growing into if it isn't for all of you guys out there. And for those of you who are here during the chat when Dave when Dave Neese was here, just thank you for your welcoming hearts and your kindness. And if you're watching now or on the replay and you enjoy the interaction or what you've heard and would like to be out here to interact in the future, please be sure to go over there and hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button as well. That helps us out a lot as we continue to grow this channel. Um, and there's always that thumbs down button, but I'm not going to put as much emphasis on that. People know how to use it. I'm not going to troll you. We won't know who you are. But we appreciate the interactions out here. We appreciate you all. This wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for each and every one of you as well. And so we appreciate you guys. And from wherever you're watching, whether it's live or on the replay, we do wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good night.
Yes, that is for sure.
And with that,
So we'll see you guys tomorrow night, or maybe tomorrow morning.
yep. Tomorrow morning at 10, possibly, if there are updates, Lori will be out here with you all. And with that, you all, again, we appreciate
Good
you.
night.
And bye for now. We are signing off.